Here it is. I have to go quite quickly to keep the file small. First thing you do is get the 25mm by 38mm batten, as I explained. You can get that from any builder's merchants, and you set it or pin it to the oak frame 25mm back from the outside, from the edge of all the posts, sole plate and top plate. Okay, so you're making a frame around the oak frame, but it's completely on the outside, not in between the oak posts, completely pinned to the outside. You double it up like I've shown. That will make sense when you come to do it. And there's 2 battens per each post because you have a window either side, or a glass unit. Okay, second, you put EPDM, I can tell you where to get that, EPDM tape, and you stick that, it's sticky on the back, flush to the edge of all the oak frames. So the sole plate like you've got here, the post is completely flush to the edge, not set back. And then also up here to the on the underside of the top plate, flush there. Okay, so you've done that. Then you put your glass, I'll just move it back, 5 along X 10, 1, 2, 3, your glass units into this frame you've made. Okay, they'll just drop onto the batten. The glass units you order 5mm less than your frame you've created with the pressure treated batten, or they're 20mm bigger than your actual opening of your frame, your oak frame. So if you measure your oak frame, say you're measuring the width 0, I have to put from here to here, my measurement is down here, that is 1312mm. So you would add 20mm all each side, which is 40mm you add, so 1352 on the width, and then work out the same for the height, 20mm more top and bottom than the height of your oak frame opening. Okay, so that means then they sit into this batten frame you've made with a tolerance of 5mm all round. This one is on the bottom because it would drop to the bottom. You can pack it up with 5mm packers to keep it off the bottom. One thing to say as well, when you've put this bottom batten on, put lots of drill holes through it, because if any water does get between your oak capping, which I'll show you in a minute, and the glass, it just drains out the bottom, and this way it can never, well, with this direct glazing, water can never get onto your oak frame on the inside. Okay, so you've done that. With your glass, you just screw a scrap bit of wood or a scrap bit of batten, say to the middle of this, either side, and then just swivel it round, only a 6-inch piece, and if you swivel it round, it will stop the glass falling out until you're ready to put the capping in. Okay, then we go over to the capping. So the pieces you're getting will mimic your posts, your sole plate, etc. So for example, these pieces here that mimic your post, they're 150mm wide, same as your post, and they're 25mm thick. What you do is you get more EPDM and you stick it to the capping, the inside face of your capping. Again, flush with the outside edge of your capping, top and bottom, and on the post left and right, and up here on the header, the top plate, top and bottom. Sorry, this one's wrong. That one's supposed to be, this one here I'm double clicking on, that should be down here. I've put that in the wrong. So that should be flush with this edge here. And then you start with the oak capping at the bottom and you pin it to your oak frame. Not your oak frame, you pin it to the stud, the batten stud that's on your own oak frame. 5 along Y, the treated batten. So it goes onto here, and the EPDM there wouldn't get pushed inside, you know, it just squash up, but I can't show it like that. So there you are, you've pinned your glass in at the bottom with the capping. This I've sent in 2 lengths, so you do a join. The post capping are all in 1 length, and the top is all in 1 length. Then you bring over, then you pin your post capping there, 1 at a time, 5 along Y to a point, 5 along Y to, so then it would look like that. That's it, so you're all pinned in there. And then lastly you pin on 5 along Y your top plate piece of capping. Okay, there wouldn't be this, you won't see this on the side because you put a post cap in here and then you do a little 50mm one. You accentuate, you know, you make it clear that it's 2 pieces. This from here to here isn't normally done. You can do it 1 piece, but I've sent enough for you to put a 150mm on the side and then next to it a 50mm piece. And when you put them together you do a little bevel, a little chamfer on the edge of each piece, you know, so you're accentuating the join, you're not trying to hide it. And there you go, so all your glass would go in there and there it is all pinned in.